Come with me and let's explore Shrewsbury Festival of Model Railways 2025. If you want to view the floor plans, pause the video here. The first layout that I looked at was 3 spires. This is a 00 gauge layout that was situated right at the very front of the exhibition. Howard's Yard is a 7mm narrow gauge layout. Some movement on this layout was taking place. Some slate does drop from the building, but we were unable to see it on this video. Next up was Nant Wernal, and by far my favourite layout of the whole exhibition. This is created by George Williamson, and it did actually go on to win Best in Show. The layout had plenty of detail, and some of those details were absolutely exceptional. And I think that this layout definitely deserved to win the Best in Show award. George has done an absolutely fantastic job of this particular exhibition.
Actually, the landscape actually should work nicely for the Gemma. It might. The bunkers hide the motor quite nicely.
Yes, you can. Just want to change that back.
Change it back?
No, you didn't.
Probably build a jet kit as a quarry layout.
Oh yeah. No, they don't. Introduce it, although given that this was 2 years ago, I don't feel like, because I was basically doing a dog's dinner of looking after the old moulds. That's why everything was in a big.
Yeah, we couldn't get everything in that, so George bought the rest of his car, which included some of our stuff, and just fit it because the van still got some tools in. The toolbox definitely fell off the shelf.
It's not going to be absorbed. That's sort of way worse.
Albert Road is another 00 gauge layout with a working turntable. We'll be able to see the turntable in action. Here we are. It's loaded with a locomotive at the moment, which does get moved off. The really cool thing that we saw when we were there was the lorry on the left hand side. If you look when it returns at the very front, you can see a small magnet plate, which I think is what's driving it up and down this layout, which is pretty cool. Castlebank Sidings, another 00 gauge layout. This one was a up and down layout. You can see somebody working the locomotive to the right hand side there. It had a small shunting yard off to the side and was quite good in detail. I did enjoy this one, and we can see a close up of this locomotive moving up. Midford, another layout which was also very good. I didn't actually get the gauge of this layout. It's not N gauge, and it might possibly be O gauge again. Not 100% sure, but it was nice to see another layout that was not 100% modelled on a cityscape and had some differing features.
It's got 3 buildings, it's got soil, it's got a separate uplining here.
Puffin Colliery was I think that's an N gauge layout, or it might be a narrow gauge layout, unsure of the scale, but it does look like it might be N gauge. This one was really cool. It had a diffuser in the smokestack to make the chimney let out some smoke, which was really good, and we had a little bit of a chat about that and how that works, and that might be something that I apply to my own layout. Next up is a layout called Two Seasons. We can see a train moving around this layout. I think the Two Seasons is because the left corner is like a Christmassy scene and the rest of it is just a standard cityscape. Then we have Campbell's Quarry. Pretty cool demonstration of the locomotive tipping some stone off the back of the locomotive and into the pile where the crane at the bottom would pick it up and load it onto another engine by the looks. This was a pretty cool layout.
Well, I brought the van here because we brought that, but normally I'd come in the car.
I did wonder how that and the dioramas were doing something.
Hailsfield MPD is a O gauge layout. These engines on this layout were absolutely ginormous. The video doesn't really do it justice, but they were massive compared to some of the other locomotives that we've seen in other videos. The detail that they got into on this individual layout was absolutely fantastic. It was the biggest layout of the whole exhibition. There was plenty going on. They even had some welding effects in one of the locomotives, a whole working shed. It was pretty good. Lintor Town was another up and down layout. This wasn't a loop, it had a shunting yard at one end, but it was really a good quality layout. Unfortunately we didn't get to see any movement on this layout, even though I did stand there for some time waiting. The locomotive that was in the station remained in the station for the entire time. The detail, as you can see here, was very good, and I did like the traction engine that was situated up on the bridge.
Just a minute, hold on a minute.
Briefing Counter in monochrome is a layout created by Dawnquest of the YouTube channel Dawnquest. This one is completely in black and white, and it was one that really caught our eye because every single model on this layout was in black and white. So all the detail that Dawn must have had to have gone to get these into black and white and remove the colour was absolutely fantastic. You can see the detail that she's gone to with this particular layout, with the advert signs on the walls, the trams, all the locomotives and the people. Everything is in monochrome. It was absolutely fantastic. One of the best layouts that we saw.
This is. So you were going to say to a gardener? No. Yeah. I thought it was grass. Sorry, I thought it was the grass. Sorry,
CMOS.
Yeah, CMOS.
You know. Yeah, I don't know what the solution is for that, really.
Well, growing your own, as you said, probably.
Well, no, getting a friend growth. Having a CMOS farm.
I expect we'll see CMOS farm in your garden on a future video.
I'll give you a kiss from afar.
Yeah.
Really lovely to see you.
Yeah, nice to see you.
And we'll see you on the Wednesday Express not too soon.
Yeah,
now.
possibly not.
Next was Coventry, 1839. This was set with a lot of older traction. Nothing was actually moving. It was more of a demonstration piece with some, you know, here we can see a locomotive sat on the track, didn't actually move, but yeah, it was a good layout.
He's a singer, and he's the what? So he's a proper person.
This is another one of George Williamson's dioramas. Really good detail, impressive model, and that was here with the Italian Railway. Victoria Bridge. This was a looped round layout. I think it might be N gauge. Really good quality, lots of detail in the small section they had modelled, and we can actually see some movement in this layout, which was great because we didn't get to see some movement in some of the others. But yeah, fantastic layout. Really enjoyed the detail and the dedication that had gone into this particular piece.
That's supposed to be.
See you later, anyway. Yeah, take care. Sorry. Oh, hello there.
Money driving.
Got the little 3D printed Class 139s.
The final layout was Leigh St George. This was a standard cityscape layout. I think this was actually N gauge. I'm not 100% sure though. But that does bring us to the end of this video. I hope that you have enjoyed. If you have, please give us a like, a follow, and share it with your friends. And I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers.